teaching a novice how to pass the volleyball, and since I play college volleyball, I figured that it would be easiest to just start with the basics. So you have to first know how to place your hands. So there's two ways you can do it. You can either lay one hand flat, the other on top, and then bring your fingers together in the middle. Or you can cup this hand with this hand and then place your fingers flat. But it's really key to keep your thumbs as flat as you can, but whatever feels best for you. And then when passing, so a big key thing is that you want to pass with your legs. So you're gonna start in an athletic stance with your feet about shoulder width apart. One foot can be a little in front of the other. It's usually gonna be whatever your dominant side is. So for me, it's my right. And then you wanna have your weight on your toes. You'll bring your hands together and you should have your shoulders down, but I should still be able to read whatever the label is on the front of your shirt. And then you're just gonna lift with your legs and try to keep your upper body as stiff as you can.
This is my mom's passing without watching any demonstrations or any practice at all.
Why is she so good at this?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, it burns. Oh my god. This is my volleyball pass seems good.
Okay, so for our first part practice, we're gonna work on fractionalization, which is where we break a skill down. And so there's a lot of multi-limb coordination in passing, but mostly it's bringing your two hands together and making a good complete pass. So what we're gonna do is try to find the sweet spot on both of our arms. So you're just gonna start by tossing to yourself and trying to hit the ball as straight up as you can. It doesn't really matter if you're swinging your arm, because in this case you're not gonna be using your legs. And then you're gonna do the same thing on your other arm. And it's definitely trial and error with this, because you're gonna have to find your own sweet spot. So the ball may go all kinds of which ways. And then if you wanna make it challenging, you can start to alternate. You can try to go double on one. And it's gonna be a lot of, like I said earlier, trial and error. And for a novice learner or a beginner learner, it's probably not gonna be very easy, but the more you practice, the better you'll get.
Okay, so to help mom learn Brita learn how or where the ball should be hitting her on her arms, we're gonna do one of the part practices that Caitlyn showed us of just tossing the ball up and hitting it with one arm to show that it's really finding that sweet spot on your forearm and not using your hands to hit the ball. So that's what mom Brita is going to do.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep practicing.
All the way. And you're gonna get back in that athletic stance with your shoulders or your feet about shoulder width apart. You're gonna have your arms out, get your hands, whatever feels comfortable for you, of the two ways that I showed. And then you're just gonna work on lifting with your feet, and you can like shuffle two ways and lift. But in this case, you're just gonna get the feeling of not swinging your arms like this, but instead using your lower body to get the ball to where it needs to go.
Okay. First we're going to practice what Caitlyn showed us how to do simplification. So that's where we just take the ball out completely and just work on our passing form. So get in your ready position, legs bent on your toes, chest up, arms out. Okay, arms together. And we taught her how to hold her hands now, so she's not doing this. Okay, and then we're just going to lift. Good. Okay, do that a couple more times. we're gonna work on shuffling like Caitlyn showed us without the ball. So we're gonna start with our arms apart, and we're gonna shuffle my right, your left. Okay. Arms together. Good. Okay. Okay, do that down and back one more time. Good. Good. Now we're gonna practice more.
Okay, so the third part of part practice that we are going to work on is segmentation. And so we're going to start by just getting in your athletic stance that we talked about earlier in the video, and you're just going to move to your left, pass, move to your right, pass. And then that's going to move into, you're going to have your partner is going to toss the ball to you, doing the same thing. So this is gonna add another skill element into it. And then finally you're gonna have a farther distance in between, and your partner can pretty much throw it at any pace she wants at you or he. And your job is to just pass it back doing the same skills that we worked on earlier. And that's it.
Okay, so the next part practice we're doing is the segmentation. So that's where you break it down into simpler parts and then put the whole thing together. So we're going to do the first 3 steps of our segmentation first. So the first one is just practicing on the form, which is kind of what we practiced earlier. So that's just in your passing form. Practice lifting, put your arms together. There you go. Okay. This is the first step, and then the next step we also kind of did in the earlier video, shuffling back and forth with our footwork. So we're just going to do that again. Okay. So we're going to shuffle that way. Okay, and then the next one, bringing a ball in. For this one, she's not going to pass it, she's just going to catch it, but she's going to work on moving to the ball, staying low. Yeah, cool. Ready? Remember, you're catching it like you're going to pass it, so you can't catch it. Okay, and then the last part of this part practice is actually passing it live back and forth. So first we're just going to practice with me tossing it to her and her passing it back to me, and I'll catch it, and then we'll just do that, and then build up to us passing it back and forth to each other. So, you're passing it now. Okay. Remember to lift through your legs. Okay. This is the last part of the segmentation. We had to stop for a second there so we could teach her where she was supposed to be hitting the ball on her arms. So this is pretty much bringing it all together, where she's going to have to focus on her form, focus on her footwork, but also be able to pass the ball and keeping her arms straight instead of just catching the ball. Ready? Yeah, I guess. That was a good shuffle. Okay, we're gonna keep practicing.
So for our 3 variations for our variable passing, we're going to be trying to isolate 3 different skills that are in passing. So we're going to focus on speed, location, and then accuracy as far as the angles you're creating with your shoulders. So for our first drill, we call it compass passing, and you and a partner are going to have a ball. Your partner is going to toss you a ball in front to your right. You're going to step with your right foot and try to pass it. Then it's going to be laterally to your right, and you do the same thing, and it's going to be back to your right. And you're going to try to get to your partner, and then you're going to do the same thing on your left. So front to your left, and then laterally to your left, and then back to your left. And the goal of this drill is to create angles with your shoulders, and it's not to move your feet. So then the next drill we're going to do is going to be distance, and it's going to be for accuracy on your pass. So your partner's going to move either forward or back, left or right, and it's your goal to try to pass the ball to where she is. So instead of her trying to make you move, you're trying to get the ball to her. So she's going to give me a lofty ball. I'm going to put a little bit of pace on it. She can come closer. I'm going to stay where I'm at. Move my feet a little bit and try to get the ball to her. And you're going to do that for about 10 reps. And then the next one that we're going to do is speed. So she's going to stay in the same place. She can either put a ball with some pace on it at me, she can give me a lofty ball, but I have to try to move my feet to get it to her. So, that was an easy one. And so that's what you're going to do. And ultimately, the goal is to just try to get as much variation in your practice so that you are accomplishing the same skill in a variety of environments.
Same toss.
Okay.
So you do it like,
I'll start far and come in.
yeah, do it like 3 times.
Okay.
The next practice that we're gonna do is like accuracy and distance. Stop laughing. So this one, Caitlyn showed you how to do it, so we're just gonna do it. Ready? Yep. Okay.
Go. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so now we're gonna do some variable practice. So the first one we're gonna do is working on angles, where she takes a step in front of her on the right side, like that. Caitlyn showed you. Okay, ready? Go, hang on first. Okay, so the last skill that we're going to practice is different speeds that the ball is coming at mom. So we'll do some like nice free balls, and then I'll throw it at her to make it a little bit faster, just so she gets some practice at different speeds. I don't know. Hold on.
Run.
I'm so ready.
Sorry. Okay, so after all of mom's practice, she's ready to pass live back and forth with me. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Start over.
Sadie.
Oh, the sun.
There's a thing behind you.
Bless you.